Today that we're going to be focusing on. Ahead of Karnataka Assembly elections, BJP seems to be facing a lot of challenges. And these are internal issues. They've not yet announced a leader of the opposition in the state of Karnataka, even as the budget session has begun today. Now, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has himself taken a jibe at the Bharatiya Janata Party, accusing them of having a lot of factionalism. He says there's no discipline as well. He further says that they're one of the most indisciplined parties at the moment. Meanwhile, the BJP President JP Nadda has taken action by appointing Union Minister Mansukh Mandaviya and even Party General Secretary Tambe as observers for the election of the leader of the opposition, which was of course supposed to take place today. This was what most of their MLAs maintained. Officially, this was said by the BJP party as well, but the meeting once again has been postponed. The reason has not, of course, been revealed at this time by the BJP. Firstly, let's listen to this jibe taken by the Chief Minister of Karnataka on the BJP.
ಗುಂಪುಗಾರಿಕೆ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಸ್ತನ ಪಕ್ಷ ಅಂತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ದಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ.
Well, my colleague Imran is also joining us live on the broadcast with more details. Well, Imran, we've been closely watching the developments, of course, as far as BJP here in Karnataka is concerned. But, during the time of the elections as well, it seemed like they didn't get their act completely together. But after the poll debacle, it seems like, all hell has broken loose within the BJP. They don't seem to have found a sense of balance somewhere.
Well, absolutely, Deepak, as you rightly put, the BJP is struggling for a balance and as also it's trying to get its act together as far as to show as a one unit. There is strong, Congress party here mocking the BJP. In fact, they put out also an ad on the Twitter saying that the leader of opposition is vacant. Anybody who believes in Constitution, who has not qualified from WhatsApp University, can apply for it. Now, the BJP had said that two of their observers, Mansukh, Mandaviya, and others will be coming as far as the meeting was supposed to schedule take place. But it looks like now, what the latest information we are getting, that it will be delayed by another few days. Tomorrow they are landing. That also is not confirmed as to what time they are landing. But they will have one-on-one meeting with the MLAs. Earlier, it was decided that the meeting will happen where all the MLAs will be will be called for, and there will be voting of each MLA will happen. But that is not the High Command is looking at. Right now, what we're getting information from BJP is that one-on-one meeting will happen tomorrow, and that's likely to be delayed, because even if you look at 63 odd MLAs what BJP has, so it will have at least be delayed for another 2-3 days as appointing a leader of opposition due to factionalism, due to the infighting within it. BJP is what is getting delayed, and the Congress party, the ruling party here, is taking jibe at the BJP. Even the Chief Minister himself is the most undisciplined party right now, and even putting out an ad saying that the post of LOP is vacant, and there are some of the criteria they had put out, one who believes in Constitution and one who is not corrupt. Congress's favorite remark against BJP, that it was a 40% corrupt government earlier when they were in power.
Right, Imran. Of course, about 3 more days to go before Mr. Siddaramaiah presents his budget, but the BJP is still, looking to find the right man to lead the BJP in the Assembly and overall. Now, of course, to discuss more about this, joining us today on the panel here is Anurag Naidu, is an author. Shathabish Shivanna from the Congress is also with us. We also have Maya Sharma, a very senior journalist, joining us. I thank all of you all for joining us. More importantly, firstly, I'd like to ask, Anurag here, because at this point in time, Anurag, you have, of course, sided with the BJP on various occasions, but at this point in time, how do you really look at the stand of the BJP in this particular matter? Because time and again, you have MLAs who come out and said, well, it's not too late. We are going to take this decision. In fact, a press conference was held yesterday where they said by this morning, they'll have a leader of the opposition. That's still not happened.
So, but that's okay. I mean, Deepak, they're at least answering and responding during the process. They are not saying that, we don't want to think about it, or you have no business in asking us when are we going to appoint the leader of opposition. It is they're all they're trying to say is we have a process. None other than Mr. Mansukh Mandaviya and Vinod Tawde from Maharashtra has been the two serious.
Why the delay?
And there is a
Anurag, nobody is questioning the process. The BJP can have its own process. Nobody is questioning it. The opposition is coming down. So it's not the opposition. In fact, it is the government right now which is hitting out at the opposition here. This is quite bizarre, and the BJP is allowing it to happen.
Deepak, in this consultative process, if it's taking time, somebody's saying something should not be, BJP is not a party that will be influenced by these comments because, let's also understand, they're down to 66. Most of the senior leaders have, most of the veteran leaders have lost or shifted the sides. And also, in the recent elections, BJP have taken this call of, they're not succumbed to any kind of a pressure or lobbying. You know it very well, Deepak, that BJP has done a change of guard. They have taken a radical move and they have gone unconventional. They have promoted a lot of young faces. Now, my hunch is they're also looking at some young face to revive the BJP because this is a new BJP, which is a post-Yadurappa era that we are seeing in the BJP. And they're very categorical in finding out the right person to lead the party from here on. We have also seen Mr. Katil having been, he's been a failure.
Well, interesting, BJP, Anurag, that you say this is a post-Yadurappa phase in the BJP, but the only man who gets an invite to go to Delhi is Mr. Yadurappa. While, of course, the decision to choose the leader of opposition is still pending.
That's fine. But you have seen it when it comes to the ticket distribution and the appointment, Deepak, it has not gone down well. If they had listened to Yadurappa, I'm sure Mr. Shettar would have got the ticket. But, they're taking, because Yadurappa still remains to be the biggest face or the most influential face in the Lingayat community. And it has to be shown that, his words are respected, but he's a Margadarshak. He's not an executive member anymore. So as a Margadarshak, his views are taken, but the final decision will be taken by this consultative committee and also, key members of the parliamentary board and also none other than Mr. Nadda. So let there be a process. Mr. Yadurappa is there in Delhi, as a Margadarshak. He's going to give his views and opinion. And it's a very due process. And I'm very sure you're going to have a fresh, my sources are telling you, you're going to have a fresh face, which party needs very much in Karnataka to put a fresh narrative because 2024 is not far away and they have close to 25 MPs and a very important state in South for the BJP. They really don't want to take any chances because once you appoint somebody like Mr. Bommai, it's very difficult to say, okay, leave the position, we need to have somebody else. So they are taking time because they cannot say no to the veteran leaders like Mr. Bommai or Mr. Ashok, but they need to have a face who is more active, predominantly extremely, very good with this caste and the combinations of the socio-economic, parameters of the state and who can probably deliver the message that the party wants to sell to the masses. So that is why the party is taking time. And I'm sure you're going to have the names which we may not have imagined. And then people will start appreciating, okay, now you've put a right person and BJP is going out into public and putting the right message out. So let's wait, it's going to give you some good
Anurag, I'm just going to interrupt you. I'll bring in Maya here. Maya, of course, you've seen Karnataka politics, for decades now. But, looking at the BJP in a situation like this, it's quite precarious, isn't it? Because it's not about the process that they need to follow. It's not about bringing in a new face. It's about why the delay. Because you have a budget session that's begun. In another 3 days, Mr. Siddaramaiah presents his budget and the BJP is still struggling to, answer questions on who the leader of the opposition is going to be.
Yes, undoubtedly the delay does not look good. It's been over a month since the election results came out and still no leader of the opposition, still no person in the assembly to lead the opposition at the time when the budget is being presented, when the assembly is in session. This is, of course, rather unfortunate for the BJP. It does not look good. And especially, they are really in a bit of a glass house because they took the Congress to task when it came to the delay, as they described it, in the selection of the chief minister, when there was that 1 week's delay in deciding whether it would be Siddaramaiah or Keshav Kumar or anybody else. They came down heavily on the Congress at that stage. So they really find themselves in a very vulnerable position now with this absolute delay in picking the leader of the opposition. If they do eventually go with Basavaraj Bommai as a senior leader, as a man who has been chief minister, well, then the question will be, why take so long to announce him? It does not show that they had much faith in him to begin with. So the delay in announcing Bommai would be a bit of an awkward situation for them. Are they looking for a younger face? Are they looking for somebody from...
Right. Maya, we seem to have lost, your line there, or rather, I think we're trying to just fix the network there. Before that, I'll, of course, take a quick question from Shathabish as well. Today, the Chief Minister himself, Shathabish, leading the charge from the Congress party, saying that, somewhere the BJP has become the most indisciplined party, even blamed it on the factionalism within. But, the BJP time and again keeps attacking the Congress that, well, for even to decide a chief minister, it took you all so long. So what's the hurry in actually, BJP actually taking some time to choose who's best for them as far as the leader of the opposition is concerned?
Deepak, thank you for having me on your show, firstly. And let me start off by saying it seems like the BJP in Karnataka has drawn inspiration from invisible ink because they're being the masters of a faceless opposition with no leader, no direction, and just chaos. They have truly achieved the historic feat of, turning confusion into an art form. Even before we started our election campaign in Karnataka, we called the BJP a sinking ship. We called them a pack of falling cards. And it is owed due to their infighting, the audacity of power that they had in their erratic decision-making, the sowing the seeds of communal disharmony, and the humiliation of senior BJP leaders who built the BJP in Karnataka on their shoulders, not on the face value or the charisma of two individuals sitting in Delhi who give Karnataka stepmotherly treatment. The BJP was hoping for a fractured mandate. They are not ready for administration. They're not even ready to be in the opposition. They were hoping that there is a fractured mandate and that they can carry out a coup similar to what is happening throughout almost all states in India. But the proud people of Karnataka gave the Congress party a resounding victory. They trusted, they related, and they, somewhat connected to the problems that we highlighted, to the burdens that we highlighted through our guarantees, the burden of the common man, the burden of the woman, burden of the youth, burden of the farmer, burden of merely simply carrying out a livelihood. This is the end of the BJP, and this is just the beginning of the end, rather. The Karnataka Congress has laid the foundation. This is going to translate throughout the country. You mark my words. I have one simple question before I leave to the BJP, and Mr. Anurag is trying to defend the indefendable. I have one simple question to him. Mr. Basangowda Patil Yatnal announced and declared on a public platform that the post of the chief minister is being sold by BJP High Command for the rate of rupees 2,500 crores. My simple question to you, because he's an aspirant, is what is the rate of the post of the leader of opposition in Karnataka?
Well, it's an interesting situation, Shathabish, because most of the BJP leaders didn't want to really take questions on this topic today because, they're in a bit of a fix themselves because most of them that I myself spoke to this morning said that the meeting is happening this evening. And it turns out now the observers are not even here. I'll come back to Maya on this. Maya, now let's look at, what are the options really before the BJP at this point. And because if they wanted to choose Mr. Baswaraj Bommai, it was a clear, easy choice. He was, of course, the chief minister when the BJP was in power. It's but natural to have that transition, but that didn't really happen. So probably the BJP is not looking at him as the first option.
Well, sources are saying that they may eventually settle on Bommai, but the delay itself would not look good for his choice because why didn't they do it earlier? We then, of course, have Sunil Kumar, who as an OBC and as a younger man, maybe the younger face and also the caste option, which they are looking at. There are lots of people who would like to be leader of the opposition. You've got, of course, Shathabish as well, the former IT minister, who would very much like to be in that position. You've got the former the leader of the opposition here. No shortage of BJP people.
Okay.
But whether decision soon, with the budget being presented so soon, it's really vital that they come up with a name or they come up with a face. The sooner, the better, because it does.
Right, Maya, we seem to have some trouble with your line there. But, the crux of what Maya was trying to essentially say, of course, Mr. Baswaraj Bommai is probably the choice that the BJP will still go with, though they haven't taken that decision yet. It's, of course, going to be crucial to note how they really plan this out. The observers are expected to come in. Now, of course, the BJP sources say that the meeting could take place as early as tomorrow morning. Mr. Anurag, Mr. Shathabish really had some aggressive things to say as far as the BJP is concerned. Of course, you are defending the BJP today. The question here is, what are the choices before you? Because we are, of course, speculating. You did mention earlier that you hear from your BJP friends that there could be a new face that could come in. Will that really help the BJP, considering the mammoth margin that the Congress won with, and you have a Lok Sabha election that's coming to the fore? Some important bills that you brought forth are being revoked by the Congress. So at the helm of all of this, having a new face, will that really help?
So of course, I mean, Deepak, will it help or not? Only time will tell. And we are just less than a year away. And the Karnataka, all said and done, there is a very particular pattern to how people vote when it comes to the Prime Minister Modi's national election. And data is there. I mean, 18 MPs in 2014 and up close to 25 now. They just have about roughly 2 or 3 MPs in the opposition. So, people give a landslide margin to Mr. Modi when it comes to the Lok Sabha election. But we'll see again. And the Congress spokesperson said, what is the rate of a leader of opposition? Mr. Yatnal spoke about, the cost of chief ministership in BJP. And this is, unsubstantiated. I don't think we should give space to, comments like this, particularly on national media, because he doesn't have any evidence. If there was any evidence, Deepak, you have been covering Karnataka extensively, more than any journalist that I've known. And you know it very well. If there can be any unsubstantiated claims that
Deepak,
people
you please
put out in public,
did
we
Mr.
cannot
Yatnal make the statement
respond.
or not? Did he make the statement or not? I am more than happy to show it to Mr. Mr. Srivastava, you should ask this question. You should ring up Mr. Yatnal. Senior journalist,
give you the phone number and ring him up and speak to him and ask him for himself. I don't know what.
Sir, there is a live video that Mirror now has telecasted that he has said that the post of the chief minister is out for sale.
I'm saying
Mr. Nirani was in the race. Mr. Bomayaji was in the race.
I'm saying
now I don't have to ring him up. The people of Karnataka are very well aware.
No.
This is an open statement made on a public platform.
The BJP, of course, let's not specifically go into one individual here and debate over what he said in the past. Let's stick to, once again, BJP not able to make this choice at the moment when it's the need of the hour.
And Deepak, Miss Maya also mentioned about this emotion. People are not looking, not appreciating the fact that there's a delay. And let's leave it to the people and party. And BJP has a very strong mechanism. They take their inputs from RSS as well. They're a very cadre-based party and they have deep inroads in Karnataka. So they know it very well. If people are not happy, people will answer. It's just less than a year. In fact, Congress should be very happy. The Congress spokesperson should celebrate. Bhaiya, you don't have a leader opposition. You're going to lose in Lok Sabha election. Time will tell. We will have the same panelists after the Lok Sabha numbers are out. Or maybe you do an opinion poll today. I challenge that. You do an opinion poll today. You yourself can do an opinion poll today and tell us what the number is. So if people are not happy, they will give an answer. They have forums and they have particular platforms. And elections are now they have lost. They have had a very bad drubbing. I am not supporting BJP, but they had a drubbing. So they know that they are out for the next 5 years. They are working their strategy out because 5 years is a long time to sit in opposition. They're working their strategy out. And Deepak, you also mentioned about names, and I would definitely like to have a fresh
hopefully, Anurag, what
maybe
you're saying, hopefully the BJP can devise a very good strategy here, because, leader of the opposition is a very important role. One would say, well, why does anybody have to worry about how much time is the BJP going to take? But the question here is, without a strong leader of the opposition, the government gets to get away with anything that they want. And, what they bring in terms of a bill inside the assembly, what's being said. For all of this, of course, a leader of the opposition is essential. And that's the reason, of course, we are questioning the BJP at this point in time as to why this delay, especially for a party that speaks of high discipline, taking these decisions quite quickly, and the high command being so strong. At this point in time, why is there a delay is a question that we're, of course, asking. Let's see if the BJP actually makes that decision in time here before, more damage is done internally within the party. I thank all our panelists, Shathabish from the Congress, Ms. Anurag Naidu, and also Ms. Maya Sharma for joining us on this, special show. We'll have to move on.